if you have been using Lovable, the AI platform, there is one button that you may not have pushed that could be costing you thousands of dollars and lost income. I'm going to show you exactly what that button is. And I'm going to tell you how you can work with me to see all the ins and outs of these little tips and tricks that will help you actually have more leverage with your Lovable pages. Okay, so this is for people who have already used Lovable. If you don't know what Lovable is, you'll get to see a little bit of it here, but I have other intro videos. This is for people who have already used it. So let's go to one of my Lovable pages. And actually, if you look at this preview, I made this page with Lovable. It is an outreach composer. It itself is very cool. I would probably, if I kept working on it, make it a little bit lighter or at least have a way to have it toggle on to light and dark. But it essentially lets you type in a few things about what you're maybe offering or looking for, and then it drafts a text, a DM, or an email for you, depending on what type of person it is. This is something that I came up with a few weeks ago after having a meeting with someone where I helped them with this, and I was like, well, maybe I'll make a page for it. So I started working on it. I like to vibe code. Now, look at this page. It's very interesting and cool. I could use this for a lead magnet, meaning something that I send out to people. They give me their email address and they get this for free. And I have their email address to help them see other things they can work with me on. I could also sell this. I could sell this to individuals or I could sell it to businesses and, really get it where I want it. And it can just be helpful because you can imagine if someone is able to communicate more easily with very different types of people, this would help them and be valuable to them. So there are a lot of things I can do with this, and I can use it for myself. I could just use it internally when I'm drafting notes. So, what is holding me back here? Look at this page for a second and see what is holding me back. And I'm going to tell you what it is. And you may have this on your page right now and don't even realize it. It is bottom left side, the edit with Lovable button. This little thing that has popped up. And this is here automatically when you have a free account with Lovable. Like if you're not paying for Lovable, you're using their free credits, then this will automatically be there. And when someone clicks on it, they may even get led to your affiliate link so that you get some extra credits on Lovable. And that's very cool. And you can understand why Lovable has it there. But what it does is that it tells people who are visiting your potential customers or partners, etc., that you built it with Lovable. So it takes the eye away from the actual website. And there is a very simple way to get rid of this. Yes, you won't have that little button there that gives you potentially extra credits if somebody goes through your affiliate link. And yes, Lovable would love you to keep that there, I'm sure. But I think it's better after making more than 600 of these projects on Lovable in the past year and a half. My suggestion to you is that you get rid of it. How do you do that? Well, if you have a paid account, which is, I think it starts at $20 or $30 per month. If you have a paid account, you go into your project like you see here, and then you find on the top left-hand corner the name of your project and you click on it. It's going to open up this drop-down menu and you scroll down to settings, click on settings. Then you're going to scroll down just a little bit and you'll see hide Lovable badge. And you're going to toggle that on, push that button once. Now, when you go back, and you do a preview, now that is gone. It's no longer there. So what I have seen is a lot of people who are making some awesome pages and they have that edit with Lovable badge, and it kind of takes away from the cool stuff that they made. It's okay if you have a Lovable URL. It's okay if people know you built this in Lovable. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying it can be distracting. And it can take away that edge you have with the thing that you're trying to sell or give away or highlight. So that is actually going to save you money because people may have had a certain opinion of the website, even if they don't realize it, if it has that on there. Now, there are multiple things. When we clicked on this, you see how many things are here. And how many of these have you actually clicked on? I've clicked on all of them. I've gone through all of these. And I have so many different tips and tricks that I'll show you. When you do the menu here, there's so many of these. How many of these have you actually clicked on? I've clicked on them all. And once you get into one of them, there's so much more to it, right? All of these. You might be like, well, that's so much. I don't even know what that all of that means. But here's the cool thing. A lot of it saves you time, money, or just turbocharges your pages or your apps. And if you have been wondering, what else am I missing when it comes to Lovable? What else could I do? Is there a better way to use Lovable? I think you're going to love my Lovable Income Challenge. I've talked about this the last couple of days. We've had almost 50 people join in the first 40 or so hours. And I think this is going to be really, really cool. What it is, my Lovable Income Challenge, which is linked below in the description and pinned comment, is it has 6 sections to it. And one of those sections is super important. I'll go ahead and just show you here what it looks like. One of these is really important. All of them are important, but for this video, that advanced tutorial, I have had so many people who have made money using Lovable the way that I teach ask me, okay, I'm ready for the more advanced level. What can I do next? That's why I added this. And this is going to be a very, very important and valuable section. There's also the getting customers section. So this is a step-by-step guide with me hosting that shows you how to use Lovable. It gives you foundations of vibe coding, and it shows you how to monetize and generate income through your new skill of using Lovable. I show you everything you need here to get started, and then we get started on a live session on Monday, August 17th. The replay will be available after the live session if you're not able to make it. It's at 11 a.m. Pacific on that Monday. We will also have other live sessions, but this is an evergreen challenge. It takes about 2 weeks to learn an entirely new skill and something that can help make you money for weeks, months, or years to come, depending on how long you want to do this. You could use your talent and your skill of creating these Lovable pages, selling them to other people, or creating your own projects that help you sell other things, like I just showed you. And you can use that to get, your first 5K together, first $5,000 together, and do something else. Or it could be your main thing that replaces your salary. Either way, this is an incredible talent to have and skill to have. It's also a very crucial time to have it. As I mentioned a couple of days ago on these videos, and you can look up these videos by clicking on my name and going back. As I mentioned, Lovable, the platform, just announced a $400 million fundraise that it is completed. And it is now worth billions and billions of dollars in just 21 months. It's one of the fastest, if not the fastest growing software that I've ever seen. And still, if you were to go out and ask 10 of your friends and family or 10 people if they know what Lovable is, more people would not know what it is than would know what it is. Tell me in the comments if you've made it this far, if you knew what Lovable was before you watched this video. Lovable allows you to type in words, sentences, instructions, and moments later, minutes later, have a fully functional website, landing page, AI tool, lead magnet, app, etc. It is incredibly cool and powerful and fun. And I know some people have been commenting, they're like, this is like an ad for Lovable. Are you getting paid by Lovable? No, I'm not. Not directly, at least. I'm not getting paid by the company. They don't know I exist. I'll tell you this, though. Lovable is where I have hosted and created more than $1 million, way more than $1 million of value in the past 12 months because I build projects on Lovable and I sell the projects. Now, one of the main things we're learning inside of the Lovable Income Challenge is how to build things for other people, namely landing pages, simple, elegant, beautiful landing pages for them to use for themselves to talk about their music or talk about their salon or etc. But another way in the advanced section that we're going to talk about is how do you build things for yourself that make you income, where you can attach your Stripe account to, and you can be up and running within a matter of minutes. How do you get the customers to see this once you've built it? So it's the skill of building it and knowing what to build and me telling you, here's what you can build. I can just give you a copy and paste and say, this has made me money, take it. And it's also the skill of how do I find and speak to potential customers so that I can do this daily. And there's becomes a flywheel of this is just on autopilot, essentially, and eventually. I've taught several people how to do this. And one last thing I'm going to show you is some of those, or are some of those people who have said that they have made some money from learning about Lovable. So we'll do a couple of keyword searches in my Your First 5K membership, which is a free membership you can join. Okay, Kyra says, wait, that's what she says. I'm using up credits asking questions to the site. I be in tears. Actually, this is really important. So what Kyra is saying, and let's see, people responded to her. So I said, plug it into ChatGPT or Authority X Pro and it'll help you. And I wanted her to help. Thank you so much. And people helped because that's how they do. But this is really important. I was going to skip this, to be honest. I was like, I don't want you to see that. But I want you to see it. I want you to see the good, the bad, the ugly. Because this is the type of thing we're going to be doing inside of the challenge is we're going, like, let's say you have this question. You're going to be helped by me and other people who already were like you and then now make money from Lovable. And the thing about the credits, this is so, so crucial. You pay $20 or $30 per month to be on Lovable, and you get a certain amount of credits when you do that. And if you go over those credits, you pay for more credits. It's not an exorbitant amount of money, especially compared to what you can make, but it does cost and it does add up, just like on, most things. Because I give you the prompts, the instructions, the copy and paste words that you put into Lovable, in a lot of cases, where it's not like you're doing it one at a time and you're trying to figure it out and tinker with it. Because I give you 80% or so of the finished product with my prompt, you save on credits because you don't have to ask it too many things. So this question is actually really, really great. And it would have been great anyway. So Lovable. Doris said, I just tried Lovable with the templates you get when you watch 8 minutes of Arlan's video. This is something I did back in January. I was blown away. She's talking about the prompts. I literally sat for 5 minutes in shock of what it can do. I watched Arlan go through it in the video, but when I could do it on my own, this is a game changer. Amazing. And I said, this makes me so happy to hear. And then someone's asking about Lovable trainings, a Lovable tip. There's certain things in the 5K that you can find. And Alicia has made money from Lovable. I love this. Are there any members who set up Lovable for your digital products and services? Have any updates on wins and pros? This was prior to her being on my channel on YouTube saying she made money on Lovable. So she was asking about it and then she made money. So cool. Grateful for Lovable. All my offer pages are built from Lovable. I love Lovable. Wishing everyone a productive and successful week. I have made 11 builds on Lovable so far. That's wild, right? Lovable is the truth. I just started playing around in Lovable. Watch the first day of the challenge and about to dive into Lovable OS. These are all things that I teach when it comes to Lovable. And now everything that will help you make money is in one place for only, now it's only $199 if you get in before the 100th person. So the first 100 people get it for just $199. Then it goes up. I think there are about 50 people who have joined in the first almost 2 days. So jump in over the weekend. This is going to probably hit the 100 mark, if not on Monday. And then it'll go up. If you see this after that, go to the link below and see how much it costs. And then think about if you sell just one website or one landing page that you make from this that takes you, let's say, 5 hours to learn how to do it, 2 hours to do the first one, and 2 hours to actually sell it. So under 10 hours. And let's say you sell it for $300, which is the recommended amount for beginners. You've already made your $199 back. You've made it some profit, and the amount to you can put that towards a few months of Lovable. Then you know how to do it, so you can replicate that potentially. You could also raise your prices or keep the same price if you want for the next few. And you can keep doing this, which is what multiple people do. They make one and then they keep selling it. That's the most important part. I hope that you stay to this part because that's the part that excites me the most as an entrepreneur, as someone who used to be the candy lady of my school, is you could learn this skill once and then you just keep doing it. And it's always going to be valuable to other people because other people need websites and a place to, showcase their work online and different tools and lead magnets. There's some people who are like, they want to put a new lead magnet out every month or every week or every video. And if you can, and they're probably not doing it because they're like, that would take a lot of time. But if you could get it where you're making one for them, takes you an hour per week, you make it for them, they pay you 300 for it, boom, boom, boom. That's so worth it for them because they're going to make a lot more than 300 over time. And for you, it's like, yeah, I know how to do that. I know that I even know the template for that. Great. It's some good stuff. Now, there are things about Lovable, as I said at the top, that if you're not doing them, you could cost you in the future. Like, do you know how to protect your Lovable page? Do you know how to look at the different things that comes up where it says security risk? Do you know how to change the names of the things of the websites? Do you know when someone sees your website from Lovable, when you text them the link, do you see what they see? Do you know how to see what preview they get in the text message, which could be the difference between them clicking on it and not? If you're watching this video and you just heard that sentence and you have been on the fence about joining the Lovable Income Challenge, let me tell you very directly that knowing how to do that, what I just described, is worth way more than $199. And yes, you can go on YouTube and you can look up all these things and you can learn them, but you don't know what to ask. You don't know the things to ask because I can bet, unless you are a super user like I am, that you haven't done 600 plus projects in a year and a half or less. That you're not in the 1%, the top 1% of all Lovable users across the world like I am. And I want to be helpful to you. Someone said in the comments yesterday that that they thought that I was a little bit like pompous because I was saying something like that. It's true. I mean, I don't think it's pompous. I just think it's fact. It's like no brag, just fact, like the old Western used to say. It's just true. And if I go somewhere, like I want my surgeon to be a little bit pompous, right? Because I want my surgeon to say, well, I've done this 600 times. I can do this. That's what this is. I've done this a lot. I can help you. And I want to help. and I want to be a guide and a host for you. So I highly recommend you join the $199 Lovable Income Challenge while it's still that low price. People are having a great time in there already. We officially kick off August 17th, and the water is fine. Come on in.